You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's The Voice After Show.
Baby, there's a price to pay. I'm a genie in a bottle.
You gotta rub me the right way.
Oh, God. Okay,
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I can't even handle that. B is for doing, and we're here doing another after show. Jesus. For NBC's The Voice. That just took me by surprise. Season 5, the battle rounds, last round, and then the knockouts begin.
Woohoo!
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Give me a few more bars.
Acapella?
Can we get that music
acapella.
turned back up, Steven?
Please don't.
Already
closed it.
He already closed it.
Damn
Thank you.
That's the only thing you get.
Let's just wrap up the battles really quick so we can get into the knockouts. Oh, we need to introduce ourselves.
Yeah, who are you?
You threw me off with your beautiful singing. I can't remember a thing. I'm Jason Ikeler.
I'm Christian Rosenberg.
And I am a very raspy. Sadly, I lost my voice this weekend. Chloe West.
I don't think it's sad. I think it's sexy.
I think it's hot.
You like it?
Yeah.
Well,
I need you to use your voice every week.
I'm gonna do a sexy version of The Voice this week, everybody. I'm so sad I missed last week. Aaron was hilarious. You guys were
I
great.
know. Thanks again, Aaron, for
Yes.
coming in.
Although I had so many opinions, and I wish I was here. It was killing me.
I'm sure you did. So, first up from the battle rounds was Johnny Gray. I wrote Gra. Versus Sean Smith, and they sang Refugee by Tom Petty. And I'm not familiar with the song at all, so it's kind of hard.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you from a different planet? I mean, yes.
Yes, but
Look at what he's wearing tonight.
so I don't really have anything to base my opinion on. But I thought Johnny owned it.
I really loved this pairing. I loved that both Sean and Johnny are vets and that they're friends. I think that's really awesome and also really sad because they had to, eliminate one of their friends.
Yeah.
But like Adam said, it's a deceptively hard song to sing, and all Tom Petty songs are very hard to sing. But he's such a rocker, and he's such sort of like this hippie guy that you don't think that. And I really think both of them did a really good job, but I agree with the choice that Sela made that Johnny really killed it.
And I know this is kind of mean, but Sean was like squatting, and it looked like he was gonna like take a number 2 or like bite your head off, and I'm not sure which one, but I felt really uncomfortable watching him perform.
He was straining to make himself stand out more over Johnny.
And okay, Johnny has, and this is a compliment, but almost like a Nick Jonas style rasp in his voice.
I can see that.
And I really like it.
I don't know what that is. Sorry.
Listen to the Jonas Brothers.
I guess I need to.
But I think he's got like he's kind of got this hippie-like quality to him, but he's still very young and current.
His voice is for sure, yeah. I like his look too. I think he really has a cool look and vibe, and he's very genuine.
I know I would never picture him to be like a former military anything. He looks like a hippie who grew up on the beach or something.
He's growing on me more and more after each performance. I'm liking it more and more.
So Johnny obviously won. No one stole Sean, and
Big Sexy.
Yeah.
Big Sexy's gone.
Sorry.
bye-bye. I mean, I like him as a person, but I don't
seem like a
miss
cool
him in
guy.
the competition at
But
all.
how good for him. He lost all his hearing in his one ear, and he still did such a good job.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, he wasn't bad by any means. It's just Johnny
That
outperformed
was
him.
really inspiring,
Yeah.
what you just said there.
Yeah.
Next up was Team Adam, and we had Preston Pohl versus Barry Black, and they sang I Wish It Would Rain by The Temptations.
Oh my God, I loved it. This was my favorite
This
of
Battle
all
round?
of all battle
Really?
rounds.
Wow.
Because there's something about both of them and just how they supported each other from the get-go, and they really sang it together. versus against each other.
I wish we talked about this a little bit last week, that it would be like X Factor and you could just be like, you two are a duo
They
continue.
need to be a duo. They need to be a duo.
I think, especially when they were singing harmonies, Barry brought them down a little bit. I think Preston did win.
Yeah, I mean,
Interesting.
a couple weeks ago when we were like picking our favorites from the teams after the blind auditions, like these were my two favorites, and I was so upset that they got paired together because I'm like, I'm gonna lose one of them.
Yeah.
Because especially being this last one, like I know CeeLo's not going to steal whoever it is, but yeah, in
Do you
the
know
end,
what, though?
Preston showed more in this performance.
I don't think either of them will go far in the competition. I feel like if this was any other season, they could both maybe be in the finale. But I feel like there's too many people this year that can out-sing them, and I forgot about this battle till now.
I love soul
battle.
music, and I loved this song, and Preston's voice is really cool. The rasp that I am carrying right now, that he has,
Carries into song.
that he can just naturally do, is really, really cool. But there's something about Barry, and I'm really sad nobody stole him, and the crowd was really wanting CeeLo to steal him. But I see it too. But I do wish they were a duo.
They sound great together.
I mean, yeah, they're
So
fantastic.
Blake's went by really fast, but it was Holly Henry and Scylla Chan, and they sang Torn.
I'm so mad we didn't get to see them sing Torn.
We
I
didn't,
bet-
we didn't get to see Scylla at all. Her blind audition was quick too.
When we talked to Erin last week, she said a little bit off camera and a little bit on camera that she thinks maybe part of the reason that they go fast is if one of the people wasn't as good, since it is The Voice, it makes the show look worse. And so I'm wondering if one of those, like, it just wasn't as great.
Or honestly, I'm wondering if they both weren't that great.
Yeah.
Because Holly, we'll talk about it we'll get to it, but they were saying that she keeps slipping. And that's why they didn't pick her. And because I was so surprised because
I would love to hear that song.
Right, and first off, that's a killer song, great for her. But I'm surprised that Blake didn't pick her in the knockout. And nobody stole her, but I think if we would have seen her battle round, it would have explained it a little bit more.
I just feel bad for Scylla. Is her name? Because I don't even know her name because we never saw her at all.
There's always one or two every season that just kind of falls through the cracks.
Like it's one thing if they got through the blind audition quickly, and then we see, but she had two performances. And we never saw either of them.
So
I don't really feel that bad.
Yeah, and then there was
that's because we didn't see her, so I don't know her story.
Yeah. And that was also super quick for Brandon Chase and Emily Randolph, and they sang Tiny Dancer, Elton John. Another great song that I would love to see.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I think Aaron made a good point, though. They want to showcase this show as having great singers. And when you're watching the show, if people aren't singing great, you're bored and you look away. You are watching when they're singing really well. So it's a good move on the producers. They're keeping their show looking good, and that's why they win Emmys.
And the voice is on point this season.
It's always
the
good.
last and final battle we saw was from Team Christina, and it was Olivia Henkin versus Stephanie Ann Johnson, and they sang Done.
I was so sad when they got paired together because I love both of their personalities so much that knowing that either Olivia or Stephanie was gonna leave, I was just like so bummed.
And you know what? I was rooting for Stephanie.
I know you like her.
And Olivia, I will say, took it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm glad that CeeLo ended up stealing Stephanie because I feel like this is not the direction that she should be pushed in. She needs to do something a little more quirky or weird, and I think making her...
For Stephanie?
Yeah. And I think making her do this country song was kind of like a weird... This is not...
This isn't them. Sorry, Steven.
It's okay.
It's okay, well, because I want to hear more of that soon anyway.
That's a great one, though.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. And I'm not like a huge Olivia fan, but I feel
I'm a
like
huge
this
Olivia
song
fan.
was more directed to let Olivia win.
Yes, I think so because it's country and it's in her wheelhouse. But Stephanie is a cruise ship singer, and I think she can really sing any genre, anything.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I think she proved in this battle. I mean, she just sang a country song for crying out loud.
Right.
But I feel like because she's a cruise ship singer, it kind of showed in a bad way.
Yeah.
Where they over sing and overemphasize everything just to they're singing in a room full of people talking, so that's how they get the attention.
Yeah, I love this song, and
Thanks, Steven.
Thanks, Steven. I think that Stephanie, though, didn't win it. She really didn't.
No, which is unfortunate, but hopefully
I'm interested to see
do
what
better.
what she does on CeeLo's team.
I think that's well, I actually thought at first Christina would be a good pairing, but if this is the road she's going to push her down,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think CeeLo's going to hopefully be
It'll
better
be
for her.
interesting. How cute was her grandma?
Oh my God.
And like everybody cheering grandma.
Grandma,
So awesome.
grandma.
That's what makes this show different than all the others, is that the judges are right up in the audience.
Yeah.
In the other like singing competition shows, the judges are up on a pedestal, far away.
Yeah.
Where these judges can like see the family members, they can look over, they can comment. They're so close, and it's easy for people to come up to them and for them to give them hugs and
Well, yeah,
comments.
because I feel like it's a very relaxed
really cool.
vibe on set when you're watching
Yeah.
The Voice is the family show.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah.
they treat everyone's teams are family. The coaches are their family. The other ones, like, I don't know, that other one that you might host, Jason.
Yeah, some other X Factor.
They're kind of sitting way.
I love Demi
up
Lovato. Anyways, enough of that touching moment, Christian.
But yeah, what I think is great about The Voice is that how relaxed it is, how as an audience member, you feel like you could be right there, and your thoughts are the judges have the thoughts that you're having, like,
Yep.
oh my God, Grandma, you must be so happy. How awesome is Grandma? So it's great because it comes through on camera.
Exactly. So, you guys ready to get into the knockouts?
Do it.
Yeah, before we do though, everybody should go on iTunes
Yes, we
and
should.
download us and give us 5 stars.
5 stars.
And give us 5 stars for this voice, you guys. I'm trying for y'all.
Sexy.
We
Trying
can
to
try
be
to talk like that
sexy
too.
And we
for
love,
That's
love,
good.
love all the YouTube comments.
Yes.
Good and bad.
Yes.
Yep. Somebody
Marketable.
someone said that Jason says marketable too much, and you know what?
New
I
drinking
might
game.
agree with you.
New drinking game. Every
Suck
time
it.
it says marketable, take a shot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll make a drinking game and we'll put it on there.
Perfect.
But I'm gonna be drinking tea with honey, so y'all can join me in that.
I don't know what's in my glass.
Mine's
so
water.
first up for Team Christina was Amber Nicole versus Josh Logan. Amber sang Mama Knows Best, and Josh sang Livin' for the City. I didn't realize Amber was only 17.
Incredible. I didn't either.
Incredible
She's
voice.
Amazing.
She has so much control over her voice. At this age,
My gosh.
like, hot damn, and the runs she does are, like, you would think would be sloppy because she's taking, like, such huge runs, but they're so good.
She's so incredible. And I rewatched her battle round because at first I wanted the other girl to win.
Yeah.
And I rewatched it. And when you rewatch it, you really see how great she did.
Really?
Yeah, you guys should rewatch her battle round because she really does stand out. Once you can like take a break of just how an amazing in a battle round that it was, and like listen, she really, really, really owned it.
Well, and she has such good, like, presence on stage, too. She
stage
emotes
presence.
exactly what she's singing about, and you buy it.
And she's sweet. She doesn't have, she like gives you the diva on the stage, but she really is, when was talking with Christina and taking her notes, she was very sweet and genuine, and I'm so, so bummed that she didn't win her battle because I think she did.
She did get a steal, though, by CeeLo.
Thank goodness.
Yes, so
So
she's
once-
not gone, thankfully.
Yes.
If you can fast forward the video a little bit, Steven, they're set up weird today. But up next was Josh Logan, and he sang Livin' for the City. I think he's a good singer.
Nope.
But I don't think he does anything to make the song his own. I think he's kind of like a copycat singer, and whoever he's singing, you kind of said this while you're watching, he becomes that artist.
And I'm looking in the camera when I say this. Josh is not a singer. He is an impressionist. That is all he's done. His blind audition, he sounded completely different from his battle round when he sounded like Adam Levine, which sounded completely different from this when he tried to sound like Stevie Wonder. He has no original voice
I like
at
this
all.
sassy side
This
of you,
guy
Christian.
pissed me off that
Let it
all of a sudden
out.
his voice changed, and the fact that Christina picked him made me question everything that Christina's done all season.
So you're a big fan.
Okay.
I hate him
Listen.
in the nicest way possible. I don't know how this guy is in the live rounds. This baffles me.
All right, let's take it down a notch there, buddy.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
I don't really agree with you.
Shocking.
I'm not in love with him, but I did like his battle round performance, which I watched and y'all didn't like.
I hated it.
Yeah.
I
we
thought
hated it.
he did really good. I liked his cool, laid-back feel. He wasn't pushing anything, which I think is why he won. And this is very interesting. All the coaches freaking love him.
I don't understand why.
Love him.
But I still don't know who he is as an artist.
Right.
But-
Because he's imitating people the whole time.
Right. So I don't think he's going to do good on the show. You know, he's not going to be.
Yeah.
I think once we get to live rounds and once the audience starts voting, I think the audience will see that because the audience likes to grab onto people who know what they're doing.
Yep.
But he said he wanted to be a soul singer. If he stays like this, do you think he'll be a soul singer? What do you have to say, Steven?
I want to just throw my 2 cents in real
I
quick.
love
A guy
it.
like this.
I love it.
You say he's an impressionist.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people are like that. They listen to a song and they can really only sing it that way.
But that's what separates the boys from the men.
I'm like that. If I hear a song and I sing it, it's going to sound very similar. But let me finish, Christian.
Go ahead.
A person like this on a show like this is really good because a lot of, I'm sorry to say, a lot of music nowadays is not artist originals. It's written by somebody else and they tell you how to sing it. So when you have someone like this who can sing it on point like someone else, that's really kind of what a recording studio or what a production studio is looking for.
I agree, but I disagree because I feel like the artists that are taking other songs and singing them have something to sell, like sex, or they're sassy, or they've got great personality, and he lacks that.
And with this show, they're trying to find original voices that stand out. So for me personally, I understand what you're saying, Steven, but for me personally, if I, and I'm a terrible singer, and I'm the first one to admit that, but if I tried to make myself sound like a certain singer, if okay, let's say Maroon 5, because Adam's on the show. Let's say I specialize in Maroon 5 songs, so I always try to make myself sound like Adam Levine. I do not belong on this show. Because I'm trying to sound like other people instead of sounding like my own person.
I agree with that. I'm just saying that for the purposes, he's a good singer. If he could find something original, I think he could really make a fusion of the genres he can sing and make it sound really good.
I think there's too many other people on the show that are way better than it.
I agree with you, Jason.
Right. He's not the best voice, but he is a good singer, and you guys cannot deny that.
I just don't think he's an
He sang
artist.
a very hard Stevie Wonder song very, very well.
He did a great Stevie Wonder impression.
Which is why... Look, Christian.
I did not like this guy at all. I was angry about this guy.
You've heard him sing 3 songs in 3 different genres. If he would have tried to make that Stevie Wonder song a rock song, it would have not have worked. He could have not done that. He couldn't have taken.
I agree with you.
I agree with you on that.
Let me finish. And in the battle rounds, you can't make a song your own in a battle round because the other person has to sing it. You can't arrange that song. So he has to sing it like Adam Levine sings it if he wants to win, which is what he did.
Did anyone else in the battle rounds though sound like the singer that they were singing the song of?
Yeah, any girl who sings a Christina Aguilera song is going to try and sound exactly like Christina Aguilera.
No, I know, and that's why I don't
Olivia
like
singing
it.
the Carrie Underwood song, it's going to sound exactly like Carrie Underwood or the band Perry.
And
the girls do it all the time.
I
can see you being upset, Christian.
Well, I'm not upset, but
you weren't that vehement with the Swan Brothers last season. You're even more mad now.
Swan Brothers, we were swamped by the Midwest vote with that one in live rounds.
Anyways.
But I mean, they had good performances but they did, to their credit, had some type of original sound. It wasn't a good sound, but it was an original sound that they tried to make their own. They weren't consistent with it. This guy, just to me, every time he's performed, he's tried to imitate too much whatever song he's singing.
All right, let's continue this
We'll move on.
debate on YouTube and on Twitter.
I have upset Chloe
because
very badly.
I just think we're going nowhere with it, honestly. I think it doesn't
Speaking
matter.
of people going nowhere, the next battle was Destiny Quinn versus Olivia Henkin. Destiny. What the hell?
You guys, time out. Y'all are way too mean to her. You were mean to her last week, and you're mean
I loved her
again.
last week.
No, hold up.
I went
This
nuts
is The
about her last
Voice.
week.
Wait.
And she was consistently underpitched this whole time.
Yes, this song was bad, but you were really mean to her last week.
And I like it.
You called her a stripper,
No, her name's Destiny.
and you talked bad about her gigging. Every musician has to gig. That's what she does, and she's killing it gigging. Good for her. Good for you, Destiny.
I just think
I felt so bad for her in this one because I loved her, but I remember we were talking about it. You weren't here last week, unfortunately, but I loved the emotion, and I felt her performance. And
felt
here,
this?
well, no, I'm talking about last week.
Oh.
And then this week, with the setup of it, you know, she has the story behind it because the song reminded her of 2 family members that passed away. So it was like there's the emotion there, ready to feel it. And you just couldn't the entire time.
Well, it was
there was
so
just something
shouty.
off.
She was, like, I felt like she was just
I
strained.
felt
and
terrible because I liked her a lot.
Yeah, I think it was a bad song choice for her, but I also think she just was really nervous and started off bad and couldn't
get into it.
like fix herself. Because I think
So
when you
listen to
watch it,
this.
I don't want to listen. I want to talk over it.
So bad.
I think when you watch it, you see her like realize that she's not singing well, and it affects it.
I mean, and that's part of being a performer.
Yeah.
Like you see people on award shows who they'll have like a poor performance and then kick it in halfway through, and that's what you have to do, and you can't get stuck in your head.
Even on this show, people do it, and they talk about it. But
Olivia's saying you're no good.
I love Olivia. I did not love this performance.
I didn't even hate the song choice. I hated the way it was arranged. It was too like at the same level the whole time, I felt like.
Yeah, and I think though for her, I was saying this when we were watching it, it's actually gonna help her in the end because like you guys talked about last week, on this show you can't peak early.
Yep.
And Olivia's been doing great. She still sang it really well to win it. But it wasn't like one of those like, oh my God, Olivia.
It wasn't her power song.
Yeah,
you know
she's
what?
not a front runner yet, but she has the
talent
good.
just
I
the
didn't feel
potential
like
to be
she
one.
was as pitchy as the judges thought she was, though.
I don't think so either.
Like
but
I thought there was a couple moments here and there, but I thought it was pretty consistent throughout. Because I think she's one of the best female vocalists in the competition.
Yes.
I just am not like riding on her train yet, you know. But I do feel like she can hopefully go far.
Yeah, I really like her. I don't even know what I want her to sing next. I just want her to sing everything. Love it.
I think it's kind of smart to go for the old school country at first too, because you hear everybody doing Carrie Underwood or
everyone's
you know what I mean?
gonna do Carrie.
I thought that was a cool, but I didn't like the way it was arranged. But that's just a personal preference.
Right.
So that wraps up Team Christina for tonight.
Christina, can we just talk about her for a second from tonight? I'm obsessed with her on the show this season. First off, I'm glad she wasn't wearing a dress because I think she was able to have way more fun and
she looked cool.
get more into it. And she was into every performance. Everything the judges were saying, she was like right in it, had a reaction, she was screaming, she was hooting and hollering. I love her this season.
Even like what she said to Holly Henry later on that we'll get to, like at the end. So
sweet.
inspiring and so nice. And I think we're seeing a softer side to Christina now.
I just think we're seeing like a connected Christina. She's really connected to everything that's happening on the show. To every contestant she feels connected to. She feels like she has something to offer them, even if they're not on her team. And then I feel like she's way more connected with the guy judges.
Yep.
You know, everything that's going on, she's like right there with them. And I just love it. I really love seeing her like this.
I hope now she needs like a huge album after this.
Yeah.
Because she's bringing herself back down to earth. Let's talk about Team CeeLo. His first knockout pairing was Kat Robichaud versus Monica Lay. And Kat sang You Oughta Know by Alanis.
Wow.
2 words. Leg, kick.
Leg,
Owned it.
kick.
I love her angst. I love how she just gets into the song and kills it.
Yeah.
You can't type. I can't type when she's singing because you can't take your eyes off the screen.
Her stage presence, the eyes during the performance, just the eyes sold the whole performance.
Yeah.
It was incredible. Every song, every performance, she's getting better and better and better.
What did Christina say when she was done? Good.
That
Oh my
was
God,
good.
Christina's
That was
so
good.
funny. Good. Like, that's it? That's all you gotta say? All I wrote on my notes, and I can't read it all because I said a bad word, but I said, get the F out of here with that kick. I'm obsessed.
I am too. Well, and Alanis is hard to cover.
Yeah.
So hard.
And it's not like she did anything that original to it, but I think she just came and she sang it and she connected emotionally, and that's super important.
To cover an Alanis, you have to perform it like this.
Yep.
You know, you have to give it every fiber of your being. And something that I love about Kat that I think is rare for this show, you know, not everybody has this, but Kat is fighting with everything thinks she has in her.
Yes.
She doesn't think she's gonna win.
She leaves everything on that stage.
She never thinks that she has it, even though going into it, I think she should. I mean, I feel like I was like, obviously, Kat's gonna win against Monica, but Kat doesn't know that, and when they showed that, she comes in and thanks CeeLo, like thanks him for picking her, thanks her for being on the show.
At the end, when she was like, "Oh my God, I didn't think I was gonna win," you're like, "What?"
Yeah, but it's cool because of that fight that's in her, because she doesn't feel that this is given to her, that she deserves this. She goes in and she just kills every performance.
She's got some Beyonce Sasha Fierce action going on.
Oh my God, she's amazing.
Like a little bit in the rock style. Yeah, I mean, and she's grateful to everyone making compliments, even when I tweeted her after she performed and she favorited my tweet.
You go, boy.
Yeah.
So next up, she faced Monica Lee, who sang "Hit the Road, Jack."
Terrible.
Talk about
oh my God! First
talk
of all,
about a contrast in performances.
This is a breakup song, and she sang it like she was trying to seduce somebody.
What was this?
That's what, I know. Like she was
Her,
like
Fosse snap.
It was like her "Come Hither" thing. Like she was singing. What is that song I'm thinking? Beyonce covers it. Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't know which one you're talking about. But
Fever. It sounds like she's singing Fever, and that's how she approached it. And this is like this is a breakup song.
This was probably. I can't. This was not.
I was just
good.
so bored watching her, especially after
I was disappointed.
Kat.
Yeah.
I was very. Yeah. To pair her up with Kat.
Do you think CeeLo did that on purpose, just to get rid of her?
Maybe.
I don't know, because
But he stole Monica.
yeah,
Oh, that's true.
he stole her.
Maybe
and
he watched the blinds back and he's like, oh.
to be honest, though, he didn't know she was going to choose "Hit the Road, Jack," which
Yeah, it
is
was
a
their
terrible
choice.
song choice.
Would you think the coaches were able to be like, no, don't sing that?
No, because I don't think Blake would have let what's his name sing "Genie in a Bottle," and I don't think CeeLo would have let her sing "Hit the Road, Jack."
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Like on paper, I think that they would be like, no, but when someone comes to you in person, like Nick, and is like, "I'm singing Genie in a Bottle," you're
Okay.
like, okay.
You go. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling you, Monica.
No.
She's gone.
Sorry.
So Kat won that one.
With ease.
Yes. So next
I just can't wait to see what she's gonna do next.
I know.
I know, me too. Because
That's what's so awesome about her, is you're like, okay, so you've done this rock one, and now I'm like, now what if you do like Katy Perry Roar? You're gonna like crawl on the ground? Like, I can't wait.
She will destroy that song.
It would be awesome.
And I can't wait to hear her do like a sad ballad, and she's got to stay in the competition for a while.
Yeah, I want to see her sing at least like 5 more songs.
Perfect. So next up, probably one of the best knockout rounds of the night. Cole Vosbury versus Johnny Gray. Cole sang "Let Her Go" by Passenger. And I thought this was such a good song choice for him because it shows that he can still be relevant and marketable in 2013. Because I think the songs he chose before were really good, but not necessarily something you would want to run onto iTunes and buy. And I think this is like exactly the kind of album I'd like to hear him make.
I'm so obsessed with Cole. I can't even contain myself. There's something about him, and Christina, I know she feels the same way, because we had that like same putty like face, and like just like staring at him as if there's the biggest rock star in the world on stage singing a love song straight to me.
Yeah.
Something about Cole and he is so earnest and he's so genuine and so good. Every note he sings is perfect, and
But
he's
let's talk
amazing
about
at
that
the
note
guitar.
at the end.
Oh my God.
Because he's like completely, because I was just like, this is perfect. It's ending super mellow. And then he just goes for that falsetto
That super
note.
falsetto note at the end.
And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, this performance showed me that this guy can sing more styles than I originally thought he could.
Well, and this song is like pretty current, and it's getting a lot of radio play out in LA. I don't know if it's not in other places. But to be able to, and I'm obsessed with that version, but I like his version just as much.
I love Cole. You guys, I love him.
So pretty.
What if he sang a Bruno Mars song?
That would be interesting.
I think that'd be cool.
I think he could do, what's the one where Bruno Mars is pushing the piano up the hill in the music video?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I
From
don't know
the first album.
videos.
It's good though.
I'm obsessed with Bruno Mars and I can't even think of it.
So he faced Johnny Gray, who sang "We Can Work It Out" by the Beatles. And there's something about Johnny that I really want to just keep watching him perform.
Like I was saying, he grows on you.
Doesn't it feel like you're watching like something from like a different time? Like it's like an old performance of somebody from the 70s or something.
Yeah, and it's in his like carefree kind of like walk around.
He's got a 60s soul in today.
Yeah. Well, and this is sort of like a simple song, but I thought he took it and still had like moments that fit within the song, but it didn't like, it's hard to cover the Beatles.
Right.
And still like paid respect to the Beatles, but made it his own. I thought the way he did it was perfect.
Yeah, I liked it, but I'm actually surprised that CeeLo picked him to win over Cole, who I thought killed it.
See, I think he killed it, but I feel like Johnny is more of a CeeLo type artist, and I think CeeLo will connect with him more.
I think Johnny will get more votes from America over Cole.
No, I don't think so.
But he'll get the soldier vote.
I think if Johnny would have gone on to Team Blake, he would have. I think Cole is now going to get more votes because Blake's going to infuse a little bit of country, and America's going to eat that up.
Well, and I think Blake understands, like when Blake, so you guys know, Johnny won this battle, and then Adam and Blake both tried to steal Cole, and Cole ended up choosing Blake. And I think what's really great is the way country's moving right now, too, is it's very much artist-based. You know, there's all these different types of bands that are like Lady Antebellum and the band Perry, and then you have, you know, you're just single country artists like Taylor Swift, Carrie Underwood, who are just killing it. Like, everybody's doing so good. And it's cool because the country fan base is picking it up. Well, and I think they'll pick up somebody like Cole because Cole's bluesy and he naturally has that blues country thing in him. So I think it's going to be great. I mean, Zach Brand has songs that Cole could easily do.
Oh, for sure. And I think country music right now especially is like the only place for like voices and like singer-songwriters to actually get to make whole albums that do well.
Yeah.
And not just sing on a rap track or something.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. And Blake is so loyal to his artists that I think that's why it's such a good choice, because after The Voice, Blake will try to get you signed.
And we know that from talking with Erin last week.
Yeah.
I mean, she was we forgot, I think, to mention it last week. The guitar that she used was a gift from Blake.
Yeah.
No way, really?
That was a gift from Blake.
Wow, that's cool.
Just all around good guy. Let's get into
Blake
Team
is
Blake.
really cool.
So Blake's first pairing was Holly Henry versus Nick Hawk. And I was so bummed to watch this pairing because they're two of my favorites on Blake's team.
Me too.
Holly sang Creep by Radiohead. I thought this was a brilliant song choice.
Perfect choice for her.
I kind of wish she would have gone a little bit more all out at the end. It kind of fell short for me.
Yeah, she got timid towards the end. Like we were waiting for the big finish, but we didn't get it.
I sort of wish that, it's funny, when I normally watch her perform, I'm like, oh, she has too much of her like weird vibrato, high vibrato thing. But I wish she did it more in this song. I wish she did it in the beginning. She brings it in a little at the end, but is like pushing. And she needed it more in the soft part.
She reminded me, I said when we were watching a little bit of Taylor Momsen from
totally.
Pretty Reckless. But I do feel like we were talking earlier, coaches probably weren't allowed to shut down songs because I think Blake would have shut this down for her.
Really?
Oh, you think so?
Because I think that like she, especially being on Team Blake, should go for the younger votes, and I don't necessarily think younger kids are going to connect to this song.
Oh, I thought.
Oh, I can see that.
I don't know. I think everybody knows Radiohead, and like even when you're 10, you know who Radiohead is, and she just embodied everything in it. She's so cool.
I got goosebumps
so
during this
cool about her.
Oh, I thought it was a great performance.
Yeah.
I'm so shocked she didn't get stolen.
I know.
That surprised me.
That's why I think if we would have watched the battle rounds, it might make more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, right here is where she got a little off.
Yeah, at the very end, because she didn't have the music to play with.
But I also think she was feeling it so much, she might have just got lost in it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, she looks great. She's got a great image, but you won't see her anymore.
I'm really sad. Her story is really sad.
Yeah.
And like, when she was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, I can't afford college.
So sweet. And what Christina said to her at the end.
What Christina said was amazing.
So she faced Nick Hawk, who sang Junior in a Bottle.
You want to talk about someone making a song their own?
Oh my God, he has got this Michael Jackson-esque quality to his voice. I think we've said before.
Yeah.
But it's such a unique tone, and to take this song that everybody knows and make it your own, I thought was so cool.
I feel like he's doing a cover of Jodeci, like the way he changed this Christina Aguilera song. It sounds like an early '90s R&B all of a sudden.
Yeah, totally.
I think he does need to be careful the next song he picks so he doesn't become gimmicky.
Sure.
And there was a couple parts that were a little rough around the edges, but I think overall great performance. And I would have chosen Nick over Holly.
Yeah, and Blake talked about when he was rehearsing with him how he stole him because of his stage presence.
Yeah.
And we completely saw that during this too. He owned the stage.
Yeah, I think, when you listen back to it even now, he takes such risks and such hard, he really sings, he made the song harder, to be honest. And he killed it. He did such a good job.
I want to hear him, what's that Gavin DeGraw song that the girl did last week?
Oh, which one was it last week?
You know what I'm talking about, though?
I think so.
I have it on my phone.
The one that's really fast.
Yeah, I'd like to hear him do something like that, though, and go a little bit more down that route. And I think that would be just a smart
I want to
choice
hear him
move
sing
forward.
an Usher song.
Oh.
That could be interesting.
Because Usher's hard to sing.
He is. Best
Like
I ever
some-
had.
Something from like Confessions.
I was gonna say have him sing yeah, You Got It Bad.
You Got It Bad.
Yes.
Let It Burn.
Let It Burn would be a good one too.
He does have that kind of like soulful voice that he can. You could see him going rock with it, or you could see him going super R&B.
I don't want to see him sing a rock song. I want to see him like sing. I think Usher. Usher's what I'm feeling right now.
Okay. I can get on that.
Yeah.
So Nick won, obviously. Next up on Team Blake was Brianna Cuoco versus Shelby Z. Brianna sang Don't Speak by No Doubt. And I think Blake said it in her package, too much icing, not enough cake.
Yeah.
First, I thought it was a horrible song choice for her. I think she needed, I don't know, it's just not like a competition song, I don't think. But she tries to add something on every note almost.
Yeah.
She can't just sing anything straight tone, and I think it takes away from the song.
And it made her off the beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I was rooting for her.
I was rooting for her.
Me
She
too.
looked beautiful tonight.
Oh, yeah.
She looks so good, and I really did like her, and it's just a bummer. Because with someone like Shelby Z, who has personality coming out of every single pore in her body,
Yeah.
you just have to kill your song. And No Doubt's awesome. Like, who doesn't want to sing a No Doubt song?
This was the very first song
But
I ever
actually,
learned on
Gwen
drum set.
Stefani has a very, like, she doesn't do all those crazy runs. She's very, I mean, she has a great voice, but she's very straightforward in the way she sings. And I think even if she would have taken it more down the original way, it would have been better than this.
Yeah, I think taking it original, and then when the song gets to this part, you can add
Then,
your
yeah.
things, but really just give heart at the beginning.
And it's hard in these competitions because you don't know, like, you need to have moments, and you don't want people to say you copied the original, but sometimes it is better to be less risky, I think.
Yeah.
Like stick with your strong points
Yeah.
until you get to the live rounds.
Especially because she went up against Shelby Z, and she's just like a huge force in the competition.
She officially turned into the dark horse for me of the whole competition tonight.
Well, she's so sassy. She sang Last Name by Carrie Underwood. And this is a hard song.
Yeah.
Like, this is vocally, I mean,
It's
they
very
said there's so
fast.
much without breath where you have to, like, you can't take a breath in the phrase, and it's like high in the register. And she owned it, and she has so much sass and confidence when she sings. I loved every second of it.
I love Shelby Z. I want to sing her. I want to see her sing more. I just am so excited to see what else she's gonna do. I thought what Blake said though, for her was very interesting. Was that if Shelby doesn't kill it, if she doesn't come in knowing everything, he's not gonna pick her. Because this is a song that she needs to know.
Yep.
Like, if she's a country artist, she should know it. And I thought that was super interesting because you haven't really heard that from a judge before. Like, oh, this is country, this is your wheelhouse. You have to know it. You know
But
what I
think
mean? It's
Blake
very interesting.
especially, he's in this family with Reba and Miranda
Right.
Lambert and all these people with all these powerhouse vocalists, and he's like, this is who she's going to be competing with if she's on the country charts. So I think that's smart advice, and I mean, she did. She killed it.
I can't wait to see what Shelby Z would be like as an artist. I feel like she is gonna kind of be a Pistol Annie's.
That's what I think
sort
too.
of Miranda Lambert
like super
type.
sassy.
I think she's the strongest person on Blake's team now.
Interesting, yeah.
I think she's.
Yeah.
I think
Besides
is the
Cole, of
strongest
course.
player. I would put her above Cole right now.
It's
I love
interesting to
Cole.
see
I
how
love
much
Cole,
the-
but I put her above her.
With all the steals now, the
How they're
team's
gonna do
changed
this?
so much, and it's actually kind of better for the artist, I feel like, because you're not so much on a coach's team. Like, you're following the artist from CeeLo to Blake to Christina, which is cool.
It's really cool.
I'm
Andrew
curious.
Kirk just tweeted us.
What did he say?
And he said, loving the show, just wanted to say Brianna could have beaten Shelby. The song choice was just too safe. Good point.
I mean, she has the talent to do it.
I know, it's sad.
Yeah.
I think too, with Blake's team this year, I think Blake has the most variety. You know, think about Nick.
Which is odd to say about Blake
I
compared to
know,
last
But I
season.
think
pretty
he's-
incredible.
I think he's
Shelby,
really smart.
Yeah.
Cole. I mean, Blake's team is like one of my favorite teams right now.
And we always say we don't want Blake to win,
I
but
know.
He's
I
got a
kind of want him
great-
to win
I
again.
don't
got
know.
a great team.
He has 3 of my favorites,
does.
so I think I kind of want Blake to win.
And I think with the steals and stuff, he's been very smart.
Gosh, he's so smart. He's so smart. Blake is so smart. Blake, you're so smart.
I love Blake. Final team of the night is Team Adam. His first battle was Ashley DeBose versus Tessanne Shin. Ashley sang Hey Soul Sister.
She went too simple.
I kind of agree with you, and I felt like she should have been playing the guitar or something. It was awkward to watch her move around the stage. It just felt very
I think she
uncomfortable.
was just awkward.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I think she just is like moving awkwardly.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for her, but I mean, she went up against Tessanne. Come on.
Yep. But she
you gotta
sounds
bring it,
good.
girl.
It's just nothing original.
She was a 4-chair turn.
Right, but she's a 4-chair turn because she sang a Rihanna song and killed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now she's
And then
coming in
this song
singing
is
the
a-
train, and you're like, I'm
And I-
bored.
Yeah, and I mean, I
Right,
get the
that's what I
idea
was saying
of
as
it,
far as the
like
choice of it.
trying to show that she can do different types of songs. But I think in a knockout round, you need something with a little more punch to it.
You're still battling. They
Yeah.
need to look at it like it's still a battle round.
Yeah.
You may be choosing your own song, but you're still battling
Yep.
against a very specific person. And it's not like this is why The Voice is so cool. It starts off so hard. The show
Yep.
is so hard at the beginning. And then when it opens up into live rounds, only one person gets eliminated every show.
Yep.
So it's not like every person you go against, it's 50-50, you know?
Well, and then by the time it gets to the live rounds, you have your fan base that's going to vote for you.
Right.
And so you're really only trying to impress them,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to now where you have to impress your coach.
Right.
And they've seen you practice, so they can tell whether you've improved or not.
It's so hard in the beginning, and every song choice matters. And yes, she sang the train song very well, but I didn't want to hear her sing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then so she went up against. Oh,
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if she's gonna sing a train song, if she really connects a train, then she should have done "Calling All Angels" instead,
Yeah.
because that has more
Yeah.
difficulty towards it.
Yep.
It has opportunities to riff. That one was just too simple.
Exactly.
Trains Meet Virginia is one of my favorite songs of all
That's
time.
another
that'd
good
be
one.
too.
Yeah.
So Tessanne sang "Stronger"
Break
by
it down,
Kelly.
Jason. Break it down.
I thought the beginning was meh. I thought she oversang it, and it should be a little more simple in the beginning and have more of like a kick to it. But then once she made the chorus her own and started wailing, I was like, "Oh, you go, girl, you preach."
Yeah.
But like incredible vocalist.
She did great.
But I do think she needs to learn to hold back a little bit more. But I mean, it sounds great. At the same time, I'm not going on iTunes to buy it.
I feel like she's this season's version of Sasha.
Sasha or Judith?
Sasha.
Sasha
I think
Allen.
she's more so Sasha. Now
See,
that I
I
think
feel
about
like-
it more.
Sasha has a little. Not that I think Tessanne has control over her voice. I think she just sings everything up here, and I'd like her to have more moments throughout the song.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I honestly didn't love this song choice. I think we need to retire. I think all music shows need to retire Pink, Kelly, and
Adele.
Carrie.
And Adele.
And Adele, yeah. And a rocker.
And
There's
I
a
kinda
rocker that
get it.
gets done too much too.
I get the idea of it because a lot of times girls with big voices, if they don't want to sing like the Mariah or the Whitney, these are songs you can still wail on and have
Because
moments.
those have been retired.
But we've like,
It's over.
it's not. It's too soon to sound like the original, and it's not.
No, it's honestly been overdone.
Yeah.
It's just overdone. They're just overdone, and they can pick more songs.
Yep.
You know, there's just more out there. I'm just over it. So for me, watching Tessanne do it, I was like, yeah, you killed it. I mean, Lord Almighty, no one could sing it like that but you. But I'm sick of hearing "Stronger" by Kelly Clarkson.
Unless it's by Kelly Clarkson.
You know, like. Okay, Jason.
She can do nothing wrong.
But yeah, I'm just sick of it. But good job, Tessanne. I still really like you. Still a big fan.
Yeah, I just pick better songs. Next up on Team Adam, Tessanne won, obviously, and no one stole Ashley, was Gray singing another Kelly Clarkson song, Already Gone. I really, really wanted to hate this.
I
thought
I told
she
you guys about Gray. I
actually,
told you.
because her voice is pretty, but it almost works for this song, which is weird because when Kelly does it, she does it with like a rasp and almost brings like an Alanis vibe to it. But I thought Gray actually made it her own.
Yeah.
And my only thing was that note that everybody talked about where she switched from head voice to chest voice, but it almost seemed like a mistake toward the end. But other than that, I thought she did really good and emotionally connected to it.
I don't really like Gray. I'm sorry, Gray. Just don't connect with you.
Yeah, you guys,
this
we're not fans of her personality.
But this is the first time I saw her as an artist.
Yeah.
And when I was looking at her, I was like, oh, she kind of has this Katy Perry vibe. And that might be what the judges are seeing. So I sort of want her to go in that area of like pop music.
Yep.
Like girl pop, get it girl, you know, like wear bright pink, wear neon, like don't go for the rocker because that's not you.
No, that's Kat.
And I don't want to see her in like dark clothes.
Well, and I don't want to see her do like the Celine Dion thing either, which I felt like she was almost trying to do in the beginning.
Yeah. She needs to be like, I have a big voice. Katy Perry has a big voice. This person, I'm gonna sing pop because otherwise she's just like, eh.
Well, she's the wedding singer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She went and she studied at Berklee Academy of Music in Boston, which is an extremely amazing school.
It's a great,
but it's very
school.
obvious because all the choices she takes are pretty.
Yes.
You know, like you don't hear her do anything that's like growling or like it's all. I mean, and it's good, but it's just not my cup of tea necessarily.
And she went against James, who I really, really was a big fan of.
He sang Break Even by the Script,
which is a great song.
I love the song. I loved his verses. I didn't necessarily like what he did with the chorus. I thought he, again, got a little too shouty. Yeah, and I'd like to hear him, like, hold back a little bit.
There was just something missing. It's like one of those, I can't put my finger on it, but there was just something about this performance that I'm like, if he just did this, then it would have.
Well, and I think the verses were super good, though.
I'm bummed that he didn't win. I see why Adam picked Gray. I'm bummed that nobody picked James, nobody stole him. But I don't think Gray's going to last.
I don't think she is either.
Do you think the young girls will pick her, though? Do you think that?
I think she's a little too much like a pageant girl.
I think she could. She's now technically in the final 20 because now each coach gets 5 people for the live rounds. I think she could have the potential to reach 10, but it'd be close. She'd be like 10th or 11th.
Got it. Interesting. Well, that wraps it up.
Yeah, that's everything.
Can I just say he looks like, let's see, Cuba Gooding Jr. with Lenny Kravitz.
He's so attractive.
Oh, that's
James
spot on.
is so attractive.
I've been wondering for like weeks who he looks like, and I think that's the perfect meld.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's so attractive.
He had a great story too, but.
And he was a comeback kid.
It was comeback kid, had another 4-chair turn.
Okay.
Awesome.
Come back next season.
Yeah.
I wonder how far into the competition they can get.
You're allowed to go before.
Back.
Like, no, you're not allowed back.
Yeah.
Probably after knockouts, you can't come back.
Okay. Once you get to the live round.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, that wraps up the show. Do we have any news and gossip?
I do.
Oh, news and gossip.
I do.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Miss Cher, our favorite mentor for Team Blake, is also going to be a guest judge on Dancing with the Stars this season.
Oh, that's fun.
Which is very interesting. And Tony Luca, who is a former Voice contestant, and who went on tour with Adam. He was on Adam's team and Kelly. He is going on tour again, his own, like a smaller tour. And Vicky Martinez is opening for him.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't that cool? It's like a little Voice family. So
I like that.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
That'll be really cool to see if you guys want to go out and check that out. And like we promoted last week, Aaron Willett's EP is out. Katrina Parker has one out. I think Vicky's is still out, and I know, Nia Ketty, all their albums are still out right now, so everybody can go check those out.
Got them all on iTunes and all that fun stuff.
For sure. You guys want to get in some predictions?
Let's do it.
All right, what are we predicting this week? Winner or a top 10? Or no, it's top 10.
That's too many.
How about top 2?
Top 2?
Or top 3, what do you think?
If we do top 2, I'm sticking with the same 2 I said last week, Matthew and Kat. Those are still my top 2. I think now I got Kat at number 1. I think she's trumped Matt.
I'm going to go based on what we've seen tonight, not thinking about anybody else.
Okay.
I'm going to say Kat and Nick.
Ooh.
Wow.
If we were going just based on the performances tonight, then obviously Matthew would not be on there. So it would be Kat.
I'm going to say Kat, Olivia, and Cole.
I would say based on tonight, Kat and Shelby.
Oh,
Yeah,
Shelby too.
Jinx.
Oh, I almost said drinks at the same time, too. Let us know what you guys think, and we are all on all kinds of social media. Where can they find you guys?
You can find me on Twitter at CRosieVOC, and then I also hang out here hosting SmackDown and Eastbound and Down AfterBuzz.
And you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at ChloeWestX.
And I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler, or my website is jasoninla.com, and we will all three be back in here next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.